Coming back, Westview Burnside Wigfish. We're going to do a follow up on this tilt with the Green Bay Packers and the Philadelphia Eagles. But first, let's get to something I've been doing every week. Your boy went 10-3 this week's on picks, and the only reason I lost is because the Bills and the Bucks, and actually the Panthers came through and won their lost their games. But that's fine. Let's get to this Green Bay game. What the fuck was going on this 4th and 6 play? We could have ended the ball game. You made it tight. You forced the ball downfield to A.J. Brown, and we saw no joy on that. And what I wanted to see is the ball thrown a little outside the boundary so we could make a big jump and a big play on the ball. The offense stalled like a 97 Ford Ranger on 95 that hasn't had an oil change in 5 years. Horrible. Now, granted, the footing, Lane Johnson going out, and also the other part of it is that the Packers have a legitimate defense, but I wanted to see the offense hum a little bit more. Jalen with the big fumble in that first drive of the game that cost us, that kind of caused the stalling. But what are they going to do going forward? When you stall like this, you got to have something else to jumpstart you. You have to have a punch in the arm, whether it be a tunnel screen, a screen to your backs, or something else, a design run for Jalen to get the offense going. We're seeing too many of these offensive series with this football team that are 3 and outs, where it looks like they just have no plan or anything, and it's concerning. And here we are, we're 7-2, moving into this big tilt with the Lions game. We'll have another breakdown on the Lions tomorrow. But we're talking about the Packers game, which you got to get it going early. But let's move to this defense. We've had enough of this negative talk. The defense at this point is elite. And I'm going to give you a couple names as why they're elite. Nakobe Dean back, wrecking shop, caused a forced fumble on Jordan Love, who doesn't know what he's doing, in my opinion, as an NFL quarterback. You've had 3-4 years in this offense. Matt LaFleur is probably starting to think that this might not be his guy. He looks confused. He gets frazzled. He doesn't know how to handle pressure. And let's be real with you, Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Moro Ojomo, and Jalen Phillips wrecked the game. The new guy, Jalen Phillips, coming in with about 7 tackles. Check the stats. 1 sack and also a forced fumble, which matters a lot in a big game in Lambeau. They go in there and get it done. This young secondary is continuing to impress. Quinyon Mitchell, all-pro. I'm thinking he's at least second team all-pro. If not, he should be first team unless he falls off the rest of the year, which I don't see. Cooper DeJean is the best slot corner in the NFL. Probably could play high safety at either spot, stronger, free. Reed Blankenship with a solid game, had a good game. And let's not forget, Adoree Jackson, given a lot of shit over the last few weeks, actually had a really good game against the Packers the other night, and is all based upon pressure and the mid-level. Let's jump to our linebackers. Zach Bourne, Jahad Campbell, Nakobe Dean, and whenever they want to move Jalix Hunt back into that stalk linebacker position, is the best linebacking core in the NFL. And you can at me or talk to me about who's better, who plays better in space, and who plays better in moments. This Vic Fangio scheme is continuing to impress game after game after game. And let's not forget, it's a big test coming up here against the Detroit Lions, who are down a few guys. We'll talk about that in the breakdown of the game this coming up weekend, which is basically, in what, like 12 hours, Kirky? When it was ever. But we'll be back. But just remember, big ball game out of the Eagles, 7-2. Kick the doors off the Packers. 9-9.